Right, baddies. We are here this
Hello,
week.
hello.
We have no race this week. But what we do have is our wonderful, beautiful opinions and thoughts on F1 drivers.
An abundance of them.
An abundance of them. So this week's pod concept was inspired by one of my favorite F1 podcasts, the Red Flags podcast by Matt and Brian.
Woot woot.
Love them. Woot woot. And they have a hypothesis that there are really four main reasons why people like and root for drivers.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought it would be a good, fun idea for us to rank and score the drivers based on how we feel about each of those areas. We'll get into the areas. What I ask of my fellow podcast hosts is only one of these is a pretty objective measure category. Okay. And I ask us to just be fucking for real. That's what I'm asking for us to do here. Okay, I'm asking for us to be fucking for real. And, act with reason and objectivity in your heart when you are scoring the categories that we're about to go through.
Girl, what are these dang categories?
We're going to get to it. Some of them are objectives. Some of them aren't. And that is okay, but, please just be for real. All right. So, sorry, I'm getting a call. So I'm being harassed. Here we have the four categories that we're going to be ranking. We will be uploading this on YouTube, so if you want to see the spreadsheet that we're scoring on, you'll see it, but we will also be talking through each of these. Okay. All right, so our first category is driving skill, right? You root for a driver because they're good at F1. That's a very basic reason to root for them. This is the one that is a little bit more objective. Guys, I don't care that you don't like Max Verstappen. We all know that he's a really good driver. Please let me fucking through. Okay. Next is hotness. That is pretty self-explanatory and pretty much objective. Subjective. So rate to your heart's content. We are going to disagree on this factor. Next up, we have entertainment value, right? You might root for a driver because they're a funny little chaos demon. Okay? Maybe they aren't good at driving. Maybe you don't think they're hot. Maybe they're not very likable. But they do entertain you significantly.
Okay.
And then we have the sweet baby angel factor. This is the factor that comes in when we're talking about drivers. People are like, oh, I just want them to be happy and I want them to be protected and all that kind of stuff.
I feel like this category is geared towards certain drivers, but
yes, this category is geared towards your sweet baby angels, hence the name of the category. Your protect against all costs. They might get edited like a K-pop superstar. Okay? That's who's really going to excel here. But also, these are our objective opinions. So you can define Sweet Baby Angel however you'd like to define Sweet Baby Angel.
What is the scoring scale?
It is out of 10 in each category.
Okay.
And at the end, we will be able to sort and see who's the best overall.
All right.
Just to clarify. We can only... So, I can give Max Verstappen, a 2 and something, and I can also give, Carlos Sainz a 2 and something.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be, once I give him...
No, it does not have to be 1 through 20. You can just do it.
Oh, yeah, we have to do all 21.
Yeah, so we're going to do all 20 in one category and then move on to the next category.
Did you say 21, Bex?
Yeah, it is 21. It says 20, sorry.
Oh, okay. I was like, who's the 21st driver?
LOL. No, there's 20 of them. All right, so we're going to start. We're not going to get into the big potatoes first, so we're actually going to start at the bottom of the list.
Lord
not
Jesus.
Because he won't rank well in this category, maybe, but just to hold off to our real arguments. And we'll get into it. We'll get into it. Alrighty, so first up, ladies, we have Logan Sargent's driving skill. And I would like to say, we can be relative here, right? Yes, all 20 of these men are world-class drivers. They are obviously better than some random 10-year-old in karting.
But we're rating them compared to one another,
compared to one.
Correct?
Yeah,
okay.
we're rating them compared to one another. Let's keep it real here. Okay, so ladies, how do you feel about Logan Sargent's driving skills?
Wouldn't he need to finish a race?
I would like to give him a solid 1. I feel bad. I do feel bad.
I want to give Logan a 3 because I think that Logan could be a good driver. Mm-hmm. I think that Williams is horrendous.
Yes.
And I think that given a good car, he could definitely perform in the in the low teens. You know, mm-hmm. I think he can consistently be a P13 driver.
Yeah.
If they didn't keep shafting him with his car.
That is
like,
true.
Hey, you get the old car. Hey, you get the no upgrades. Hey, you get like the bussin' bitch version of this car.
Oh,
I think he could be a P13. I also don't think obviously they have to be able to drive under pressure. I'm not giving him a pass for not being able to drive under pressure. But surely the fact that every single time you so much as twitch your car, millions of people are sitting there being like, he's a loser. You're out of this sport. Surely that is not helping anything.
Yeah, that is true.
So I want to give him a 3.
You want to give him a 3?
I want to give him a 3.
Okay.
And we're taking averages here, so feel free to score to your heart's content.
I think I'm about to stand by my 1 because, like we said at the beginning, I'm comparing him to other drivers. And I think that there are quite a few drivers on the grid, even if you were put him in the clunker that is Williams, who would still perform better than Logan.
Well, yes. Up there.
So I'm going to stand by my 1.
I did hold up a 0 at first. I'm not sticking by that 0.
Shady boots.
I said I'm not sticking by the 0. I'm not.
Shady boots down.
But I'm trying to decide what I want to give him because it's yeah, he does have a bad car. But I feel like even in a bad car, you should be able to at least make something happen that's not P20 every time.
Yeah. I mean, I feel you there. I'm going to give him a 2.
I'll split the middle and give him a 2.
Oh, okay. Well,
did you just say you were going to give him a 2?
Yeah, I downgraded him to a 2. I forgot that he's basically always P20.
I think I made an offhanded comment about him not finishing, but that was just the last race. But he finishes 1 lap behind, 2 laps behind. It's okay. At least go for P18. Give us something. But it's no, P20 every single week.
Yeah.
At least he's consistent.
That's true. Consistency is key.
Alrighty.
Well, that's it. Nobody likes looking at decimals, so give me 1 hot second to format these numbers. I am not a Google Sheets expert. Not because I'm not an Excel expert, because Google Sheets is bad. So...
Google Sheets is not...
It's not...
It's not as good as Excel.
It's so much worse than Excel. Comically worse. Actually.
Though completely based on it.
It's pretty bad. Oh, okay. That's good enough for me.
Okay.
All right. Next up in driving skill, we have Alex Albon. I think Alex Albon, me personally...
Mm-hmm.
is shafted by his car. He was a Red Bull junior who did good. He got into Red Bull. He did better than Sergio Perez in his Red Bull, I think first and second year, right? So I'm gonna give Alex Albon a solid 7. I'm gonna give him a 7.
Okay.
I personally think Alex Albon's a 7.
I was thinking of giving Alex a 5. I think he's right around mid in my own point of view. Okay. So I don't think. Yeah, I think his skill and his talent is obviously dimmed by his car, and so yeah. Anyway, I think a 5 is a good number for Alex.
Yeah. So I definitely agree with the fact that like his car is definitely holding him back. But I was watching Drive to Survive and I'm like, okay, this guy can actually drive, but like he's not like Red Bull level, clearly. But I think a Williams is definitely like kind of a disservice to him. But I'm gonna give him a 4.
Okay. Wow.
I'm gonna give him a 4.
We're getting harsh in these ratings. Harsh. Okay. Well, up next we have Nico
Hülkenberg.
Up next we have Nico. I would like to say that Nico Hülkenberg has never gotten a podium.
So,
in all these years.
Long time.
How long has he been in F1?
A long periodic time.
He's been out.
He took off like 2 seasons or something like that, but he's been in F1. He's been in F1 a good long time.
He was out 10 years, or he's been driving?
Almost 10 years, right? Like 10 years with no podiums.
I think it's more than
that.
No,
I think he's driven 10 seasons.
Well, because he missed those first couple. Yeah, it might be 10. Yeah, you might be right. He missed those few seasons in between.
Here, I got you. He started in 2010.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's had about a decade.
Yeah.
A little over that.
So.
And he's never gotten a single podium?
I think he had the record.
Interesting.
Never gotten a single.
Yeah.
He does have the record for the longest time without a podium.
Jesus. Poor man.
Yeah, he does. To me, when I think of solidly made drivers, I think of the Haas boys.
I think that is a correct.
So I'm giving him a 5.
I gave Alex.
I think solidly mid.
5.
Okay.
So you think Nico? I think Nico. Yeah,
I'm saying I think Nico is worse than Alex. I'm saying
really?
I think you put Nico and Alex in the Red Bull. I think that if we roll the dice, Alex will beat Nico over the course of a season. Yes.
Oh, over the course of a season. Okay.
Yeah, not by much. I'm not saying he's going to trounce him or anything, but like, I think he is a tad better. Nay, I could be like let it be known. I am a woman that is biased. Could I be being biased by how hot Alex Albon is? Sure.
Oh my God.
I'm trying to be 100% objective, and my brain says
that. What sways your objectivity, my dear?
No, but maybe I'm forgiving Alex Albon of his faults for him.
Nico is 6.
I acknowledge who I am.
I think
you're giving him what?
Just a hair better than Alex.
Okay. That's real. Okay, I think you're real for that.
So Nico's gonna get a solid 5 for me as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's obviously Haas is Haas, but I think he's consistently not on the podium, but consistent.
That's true.
You know?
He is consistent. Next up, we have Kevin Magnussen. I'm not gonna lie.
They did.
Up until this year, they kind of blended together for me.
Okay.
So I'm also going to be hitting Kevin Magnussen below 5 Aruno.
To be honest, there's some days I actually still can't tell them apart, which is unfortunate. So I'm going to give them. So if I'm going to, if they're twins, I'm going to give them the same.
Okay, I think that's a bit much.
I'm going to give them a 6. Actually,
that's a 6.
Kevin, I don't know.
Actually, sorry. I'm being biased by another factor, which is entertainment value. Kevin is objectively worse than Nico Hülkenberg. Like,
Jesus.
I'm gonna give Kevin
wait a minute. I have a question.
I just can't get. I don't think he's worthy. That's Kevin.
Nico's the one that has all those penalty points right now, right?
That's Kevin.
Aha. Okay. That's. There we go. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so it's my turn.
It's your turn.
Because of that, but I do enjoy him. But I feel like that goes more under entertainment.
That's entertainment value.
Okay. But I feel like it kind of goes hand in hand with his driving
skill.
The fact that I may have to do something that I don't want to do when it comes to Max Verstappen will let you know that it's not driving skill and driving skill only.
Okay, driving skill. I will give him. I'm gonna give him a 3.
Oh, whoa.
No, the penalties are what took a point away. He was gonna get a 4, but the overwhelming amount of penalties, it's like, damn,
he was purposefully.
You can't follow the literal rules of driving.
I'll give you that.
Anyway,
trying to be a demon, but that goes into entertainment.
Okay,
that's true.
I'm just saying, but you can't follow the rules of the road.
Yes. Alrighty. Next up, we have Zhou Guan Yu. I'm not gonna lie, and I think this is Sauber's fault actually. Mm-hmm. Zhou's driving fades into the background for me. I don't actually know how he's doing this season, which is tragic because I love Zhou Guan Yu. So I really should be more on top of it. But I also think that Zhou is a perfectly good driver. Like I think he's all right.
I don't know. I feel as though
he's always
kind of
there.
I really my guesstimation on his is going to be just purely on the few things that I can recall from watching races, and to be honest, it's not much. Which is probably why I'm going to give him a 4. What I can recall is not great.
Okay.
And but I know he's. I don't know if I should give him a 5.
I think I'm also going to give him a 4.
Because
where would the questioning for a 5 come from, Bex?
I gave Kevin a 5. And I'm trying to decide if I view them similarly. Or if I view Kevin as a better driver than Zhou Guan Yu. And I don't know. I think I'm cool with. I think I'm gonna. He has a lot of room to grow, which I think he has talent. If he could possibly grow that forward before the end of his career, who knows? Depending on if he's back on the grid. But anyway, yeah, I think I'll just say keep it a 4.
Yeah.
I was gonna give him a 4, but it's like there's nothing remarkable about his driving skills. I don't think I've ever had a moment where I'm like, oh, that was a great move by Joe. Like, I don't think, I mean, granted, I'm still new, but I'm gonna give him a 3.
Okay. Have to be fair.
I'm just saying, like, you blend into the pack.
That's okay. He will win in other ways.
Exactly.
Next up, we have Valtteri Bottas.
Quick question, just a little point of inquiry. Are we rating these drivers based on this season or career-wise, right? Okay, good. That's what I've been looking at.
We're looking at career-wise. Because, for example, Nico's had a great season for being in a Haas.
I need to say, basically all of mine are scoring from this season or what I've seen in Drive to Survive.
That is okay.
I'm going to just be upfront with that one.
That's who you are.
Yes.
I'm actually going to give Valtteri a 7.
Okay.
I think that he is very consistent. I think it's Valtteri who, while he was in that Mercedes, had a 100% Q3 rate for qualifying.
Was it?
Never missed a Q3.
All right.
Which I think is just crazy impressive to never have a day where you just don't make the time.
Right.
So I thought that was really cool and fun. I also just think he's good at driving. I think he keeps it clean, takes it around the track. And yeah.
I'm gonna give.
Wait, what did you just give him?
Bottas a 8. Okay, so
okay, that feels like a bit much.
That surprised me actually.
We're entering into upper.
Is that too high?
Okay, for real, Vex.
So the thing for me,
it's your
I
score.
know nothing about pre-Mercedes.
It's your
So
score.
that might be also what's skewing me. And so, like, if you just gave me Valtteri's time at Mercedes, he could have gotten a 9.5 from me. But his time at where was he? Alfa Romeo, and now whatever the heck this team's name. Yeah.
Kick Sauber.
It knocks him down for me. So I'm going to give him an 8. It could be a 7.5, but I think an 8. I'll stick with whole numbers.
Okay.
So I'm going to go 8.
Okay.
Okay.
And you, Philly?
I also agree that he's nice and solid, pretty consistent. I'll give him a 6.
Okay. Love that for Valtteri. All right. Next we have Mr. Daniel Ricciardo.
Oh, bother.
I know that we literally just with Valtteri based a lot of our score off of his history.
Mm-hmm.
And with Daniel, I will be doing the same. In the sense that as soon as he left Red Bull, Daniel went into the absolute garbage. And so while I acknowledge that Daniel is a very good driver, I simply do think that he is a worse driver than Valtteri Bottas. Like, I think that he would lose.
I can actually agree with that.
In a car. Any day of the week. However, I am not stupid. I think he's better than Nico Hülkenberg.
Well, yes.
Like I'm not an idiot. And for that,
6.
I begrudgingly give Daniel Ricciardo a 6. I begrudgingly give him a 6. I'm very begrudged.
I think I'm going to go ahead and follow you with that 6 because obviously not as good of a driver as Valtteri, but definitely I think better than the rest of the ones we've already ranked. So I'll get a 6 from me.
Mm-hmm.
That's valid.
I know you said that Valtteri is a better driver than him, but for me, based on this season, I wouldn't rate him better than Valtteri either.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to give him a 6 and say they're equal.
Okay.
So your numbers are dragging us down.
Evens across the board.
I don't know how in the world you come to that conclusion, but I guess to each his own.
All right. Oh my gosh.
Shut up.
But
we all gave him the
she
same
just
score.
said out of her mouth
Exactly.
she considers Valtteri and Daniel Ricciardo. No. It's not,
I said based on the cars they're in this season. I like.
Okay.
I'm seeing their driving skills in the cars that they're in. I'm saying that I think if Valtteri had a different car, he'd be better than Daniel.
We have a lot. We have a lot of podcasting ahead of us.
Okay.
We are 20 minutes in, and we aren't even done the first category. So we don't have time to argue.
Okay.
No arguments. No arguments. You just tell us. You just tell us.
Okay.
Next time would never.
You just stated
Yuki
you have
Tsunoda
to. So I'm going to see what you say.
Silence. Anyway, for Yuki Tsunoda, I think Yuki is better than Daniel. I think he is fantastic. I think that he is a good boy. So I'm giving him a 7.
I'm giving Yuki. You know what? Yuki is better than Daniel because I'm about to say I don't know if it's that much better, but he is. I'll give him a 7, I guess, as well.
Hasn't he been repeatedly doing finishing ahead of Daniel this year?
Yes, I think Daniel has finished ahead of Yuki once, maybe twice.
I gave him a 7 as well.
7.
I did give him a 7.
Because I don't want to have another triple way, but I agree with that.
Okay. All right. Next up, we have Lance Stroll. Cute and sweet. I'm giving him a 3. I think he's better than Logan.
So
I do think he's worse than everybody.
I actually thought about Lance Stroll. He was like the name of I don't know, but he gives me mid. But I think he's actually like a hair below mid. So I'm gonna give him a 4 because I think
Okay.
I forgot what I gave Alex, but I think I may have given Alex a 5. Or you gave Alex a 5. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Lance Stroll's 4. That's where he needs to stay.
I give Alex, but that's besides the point.
I'm going with the 3 for Lance.
Oh, okay. Got some dissent in the court. All right, Fernando Alonso. Fernando's a world-class driver. Fernando's a fantastic driver. There are a couple of people on this list I'm going to give 10s.
I am going to give Fernando
a
9 because while he is a world-class driver, he hasn't been showing world-class driving skills as of late. And if I want to take the driver as a whole, you got to dock him a couple points. So I get the 9 for me. Oh, shoot. I hate my reasoning. Never mind.
You hate your what? Okay.
So, Bex is trying not to walk herself into a corner for scores later.
Girl.
Anyway, Felicia.
Fernando is going to get a good little 8 from me.
Oh, okay. We got a harsh grader up
Esteban gets out of 4.
Listen, we got 20 to go through. Now. I'm not Esteban throwing out 8, 9s, and 10s out here.
Solid 4 for me. Don't even really think about it.
Okay. I'd say Esteban gets a 5 for me. I think
he's really?
He's mid. I think he's perfectly mid.
Okay.
Like he's fine. I think he does a decent job. Mm-hmm. But he's perfectly mid.
Mm-hmm. I would love to see him not crash into his teammate. And so because of that, you get a 4 because that is clearly no driving skill that I would like to deal with you crashing into your teammate.
That's very funny. All right. For Pierre Gasly, I think Pierre Gasly is just as good as Alex Albon.
I am also going to give Pierre Gasly a 6. I think he's in that tier of like Daniel. I think he's better than Alex, in my own opinion. He's better than the Haas boys. Yep. I think 6 is a good number for Pierre. Pierre Gasly.
Okay.
Pierre Gasly.
Okay, we don't have all day, my friend. Speed it up.
You know what? Hush. I'm trying to think. And I need to stop going after the both of you because then your reasons make sense.
Next one, you'll go first. Okay, then you go first on Oscar.
We're just going to round it out. Give him a 6.
Yeah. On Oscar.
Oh, I like Oscar.
Okay.
I think he's solid. I actually really like Oscar's driving. He keeps it clean, from what I've seen. I'm gonna give Oscar a cute little 8.
I am going to give Oscar. I'm trying to decide how generous I want to be here. I'll give him an 8. I knew you were.
Okay. I'm going to give Oscar a 9. I think once they get my man working on his tire management and they start giving him the fucking upgrades at the same time as Lando, he's cleaning that motherfucker's clock. Okay. And I cannot wait for that day. And I wait that day that he can show his full 10 out of 10 potential. That he has absolutely terrorized other racing series with. So I cannot wait for that. And for that, I give him a 9.
I will enjoy that when it happens.
I will very much enjoy that when it happens. All right, up next we have Lando Norris. I'm giving him a 7. Reasons. I think he's worth an Oscar in pure talent.
Mm-hmm.
And when I think of the other people we have remaining, who I think are a 7,
I think they're about Lando's quality. So
I'm giving Lando a 7.
I do think Oscar is a skosh better than him, even though he's never had a race win. Yeah. Never had a race. Yeah, he's never had a race win. Lando just got one. So anyway, it doesn't matter. Lando's a 7. I solid 7. I think Oscar's a skosh better than him when it comes to his driving ability.
That's valid. Felicia?
So when I first started watching this season, I actually did think Lando was better than Oscar, but then I heard the fact that he's not getting the same upgrades as Lando, and I was like, and you're still doing pretty decently, even with technically a not as good car as Lando. So I'm gonna say he's right behind Oscar with a 7 as well.
All right. Carlos Sainz. I'm also giving Carlos Sainz a 7. When I think of a lot of the arguments that I have with people about driver skill, one of my main complaints is whenever they try to compare Lando and Carlos to other people who are objectively better than them. And my response is always, compare peers. And in my opinion, Carlos and Lando are actually peers. Now, one could say that because Carlos consistently beat Lando while he was at McLaren, that Carlos is better. I don't agree with that. I think they're equal. I think they're the same.
So I disagree. Based on what I've seen, I think Carlos is better than Lando. So I'm gonna give
I am also
Carlos
with
an
you,
8.
Carlos.
Okay.
A 7. Thank you.
I love that for you. Alrighty. Up next, we have Charles Leclerc.
Don't do
I
it.
think Charles Leclerc is also a world-class driver.
I knew you were going to do that. Is that actually...
And
No. I'm so sorry. I'm giving him...
He's a world-class driver.
It's fine. That's your
Yes! Yes! He's a world-class driver. I think world-class drivers can also make mistakes. You will see my justifications for scores as we move into this top 4 people who we have left. And Charles being a 10 will make more sense.
Okay.
With that, what are your scores?
I'm sorry. I'll actually give Charles a 9. Yeah, I'll give him a 9.
I'm trying to think.
And
because when I was thinking of the list in my head, I was like, Charles is definitely a 9. I forgot who I gave a 9 to. I gave a 9 to Fernando. And I think Charles is a better driver than Fernando.
Do you think Fernando's equal, or he's equal?
But I don't see it in my heart that I could give Charles a 9.
You're left.
A 10, I mean. Yeah. Whatever.
Or just driving skill. Just skill.
No, let's give him a 10. I think he's better than Fernando.
Giving it a 9? Okay. Alrighty, baddies. Charles, our highest rated driver so far, as he should be. I once again bring to you a peer.
It's going to be a 7 for me as well.
He's a peer. Carlos and Lando.
7.
Yeah, he's 7. We now come to Lewis Hamilton.
The king.
The king. And with this, baddies, we are on a 10-point scale.
10's across
I think
the board.
Lewis
Girl, be quiet.
Bitch. The board.
I think he is a 12. I think he is a 12 out of 10.
You're so
stupid. If we're rating driver skill, he is inhumanly good.
Yeah.
And so I
see,
think
Bex, the reason why, because he is one of the few drivers who I already know his record outside because he is just that good.
Exactly.
I can't deny it.
That's not the issue. The issue is, why does she have a 12
He's having
up
a
there?
bad season.
Because he's inhumanly good. He's inhumanly good. He breaks the scale.
To open my mouth.
He's better than
10 across the board.
We'll give him a perfect 10.
You at a 12. And also...
You should have held your bit until you saw my bit, because you knew I was coming with a bit.
I can see into the future, and what you're going to do, I'm not on track. So you change that 12 to it, and let's just do 10s across the board and keep it pushing. Thank you.
I don't accept us doing 10s across the board. All right. Now on to Sergio Perez. I'm trying to be objective here with my ranking.
Yeah, I'm giving an 8.
And so I was going to give him an 8, as well.
I know
He's
that
a
he's
solid
aged you a little bit.
Okay. I think he's
He's
a
a
solid
solid
8.
8. I can give him a solid 8.
Who, me? It's okay.
Oh,
no, it's okay.
I was like, what? Why would that pay me, girl?
Next up for Max Verstappen,
not
as Beck said, 10-10-10s across the board.
Yeah,
like,
we
can.
Yes, you
Bex,
are.
you
can't deny it. You bet.
Real.
Come on. We're being so fucking for real today. Yes, you're being so fucking for real today.
At the top of the podcast. No, you aren't. No, you aren't.
You lost your mind?
No, you're not.
We're smoking crack?
We're a whole disclaimer at the top of the podcast. When
Thank you.
said, I don't give a fuck if you Max Verstappen. He is a 10 out of 10 driver, and we all agreed to the disclaimer.
Listen, you don't have to like it, but we're being objective.
This is the only objective category. This is the only objective category.
Bex, you don't even have to look at his skill. Honestly, if someone shows you his record.
Like, come on.
Bex,
he's a robot. The man is a robot. The man is a racing robot.
Hey, shut up. I'm in my pants. Yeah, no. It's 2-1. 2-1.
Ridiculous.
Thank you.
I didn't know how to be held hostage to like Max
before we had to put out applications for a new podcast host.
Oh my god. Not applications for hosts.
Said, oh my gosh, I didn't know I had to be held hostage.
Wait, Bex, what did you just say?
And be forced to say like okay, fine.
For this one, yes, you do. For this one, yes, you do.
Because you were being ridiculous. You're being ridiculous, okay? You're being ridiculous. All right. Well, with that, we have completed the driving skill. Podcast listeners, you know how the driving skills panned out. It's pretty obvious. But notable highlights, we have Max and Lewis with 10-10-10s across the board. And in last place, we have Logan Sargent and Lance Stroll.
He knows.
Yeah, he's also really young.
That's what he knows.
Yeah, he's also a baby.
He is a baby.
All right. Next, we're on to hotness. We will once again start with Logan Sargent.
Hold
Can we do Snake?
Yep.
Because Snake.
She wants us to snake so we can get to the whether Max Verstappen is hot conversation right now, rather than waiting.
We will wait.
That's what people will wait
because I'm not ready for this. We just had an argument over Max Verstappen. Give me a break.
Your own opinion.
So
if
with
you
this
view them hot,
hotness, are we?
It's your complete.
Okay, so it's I have to not like objective hotness.
No. We can just do our own personal opinion on whether or not they're hot.
Okay, y'all can't judge me. Go ahead.
No, okay. Only God can judge you.
Shut up.
All right. Next up is Logan Sargent.
Logan, I would give Logan a nice and solid. Wait, let me think of the grid.
I implore the two of you to look up Logan Sargent photo shoots to also like get the drivers primed in your mind, not like what they look like on race day, unless that's your thing. Also, maybe I'm making assumptions about the two of you. I don't think we're working in the same wheelhouse here.
I don't think we are. So sorry,
Logan is, I think it's like
I think I'm going to rate Logan a little bit higher than you. I was going to make Logan an 8.
Okay.
So,
yeah, Logan is actually not.
We're even there.
So he's a solid 6.
Oh,
but do you know?
Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
Oh.
Do you know what? Sometimes Logan does
solid
remind
6.
me of Nico Rosberg. Is it?
That's a statement. That's a statement. Okay, yeah, in his racing photos, but not when he's
that's true.
off the grid.
Let me see. Hold on.
No, I see him.
Look up Logan Sargent
on a boat somewhere. I forgot where.
Logan Sargent.
Yeah,
exactly.
He's actually kind of attractive.
Yeah, on a boat.
He's still a 6.
Okay.
He's still a 6. A 6 is solid.
A 6 is solid. I just think this is unfair ratings for my boy Logan. That's okay. Because this is purely subjective.
Thank you.
All right. Next up, we have Alex Albon. I will also be giving Alex Albon an 8.
I do not find Alex Albon as attractive as you do, but I think he's a solid. He's not ugly, So I'll give him a 7.
He's not ugly. Okay.
He's another solid 6 for me.
Oh,
Hard.
But very harsh grader.
I will be honest. Majority of the grid, not my type.
I mean, I get that, but you can still be like,
not my
oh,
type.
okay,
Her off the podcast.
It's like if I was to see you out, I'd be like, okay, yeah, he's a solid 6. Give me some personality and you can move up. But face 6.
Bex, you know what Felicia's reminding me of right now? I know that you're also in the Miss Petty Discord. Felicia's reminding me of the edited photos of that raggedy man who's a Zeta, Timmy. Timmy holding the thing that says that we all edit to say different things.
What are
Felicia
you talking
is the
about?
side. Felicia will be holding the sign, say no to swirl love. That's what Felicia will be holding.
What
up
love?
right
Oh my god.
Did you say to swirl love?
now. That's what Felicia will be holding up right now.
That's not what I said when I said they weren't my type. That's not what I meant.
Exactly what you meant.
No, that actually was not what I meant. I'm talking proportions.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm gonna let you rock.
Okay.
But I know
Yeah,
you're
sure.
lying.
Sure. Well,
Thank
when
you.
we see Felicia holding up a say no to swirl love sign, you'll know where she got it.
I will not be holding up that sign because I do not concur.
We'll know where she got it. Okay. Next up, we had Nico Hülkenberg. You know what? I haven't looked at Nico Hülkenberg's face in a while.
I know, I'm looking it up right now.
I'm looking it up right now. I'm trying to give him a solid chance by looking up Nico Hülkenberg.
I'm giving Nico a 5.
So I'm trying to give him a fair chance.
Okay.
I'm giving Nico a 6.
Nico's another solid 6.
Okay.
He'd be a 5 if he wasn't like Dilfy.
See, this is why we're rating on our own opinion. Because I was just about to say Kevin Magnussen gets points for being Dilfy.
He's also they're both of the Haas boy. That's why you can't tell them apart.
Yeah.
They're both blonde, Dilfy
I struggle to tell them
European.
apart.
Yes.
So.
Exactly.
But I think that for
Ooh,
being
that's the
Vikings,
thing for me. Like I
Kevin
can't
gets
just tell them
more
apart.
points
So
for me.
they obviously look
being
alike. So I'm gonna
Viking.
give them a 5 as well.
I'm giving them a 6 too because
That's interesting.
they the same.
You find one more attractive than the other.
Yeah, because I think Kevin's more Viking Dilf, Kevin's more Viking Dilf, and I think that Nico is more like random European dad Dilf. You know,
Random European.
Kevin has a little bit more going for him.
Okay.
Next up, we have Zhou Guan Yu. I'm gonna give Zhou a solid 6.
I'm giving him a solid 7.
I'm giving him a solid 6. Okay.
Yeah. He has the swag.
So
about
his
him that
clothing
some
really
of the
does
other-
it for his like overall look. Which I appreciate. Yes, he has swag, which I appreciate.
And that is exactly why, even though the face is a solid 6, he gets a 7.
Anyway, I gave him a 7.
Sorry,
A 7 is harsh?
I think Bex is critiquing your justification rather than the actual score.
Shut up.
All right, next up we have Valtteri Bottas. I think he has his moments. He does not do it for me personally. So I'll give him a 5. I'm giving Valtteri a 5. He just doesn't do it for me in particular.
See, the stash,
stash.
I have to dock him like a crap ton of points. Because there are times where prior to the stash, I'm like, oh, I can see it. I can see it with Valtteri. Then he went and put that ugly porn stash on, and I'm just like, yeah, no, sir. So I'm going to give him a 6 for what I know he can be. You know. Well, I'm going to give him a 6 because I know what he can be, and he's just not doing it right now. So he gets a 6.
He's a good 5 for me. Solidly in the middle.
agree.
All right, next we have Daniel Ricciardo. Daniel Ricciardo does nothing.
Damn.
I was gonna say Daniel Ricciardo does nothing for me.
He looks like that.
I like the nose. He does. I like the nose. So I will give him a 5 with Valtteri. I think he doesn't as much.
He looks like a Pixar character.
Okay. Well, that is interesting. He is a little goofy looking, so he's gonna get a 4 from me.
When y'all both gave him low scores, that's loud.
All right, Yuki Tsunoda. I think Yuki's a very attractive young man.
I think he's adorable.
I think he is a very attractive young man.
I'm giving Yuki
a 6. I give Yuki a solid 6.
A 7.
I think 6 is a good one.
I think Yuki's cute.
Okay.
I think, I wish he had more.
Yuki is very cute.
But, I think there are cute packages, fun size.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Next up we have Lance Stroll. I would say that Lance Stroll is a solid.
Here's the thing. Lance,
you rated Albon pretty high.
8. I gave Albon an 8. I'd say that Lance is a 7 for me for 2 reasons. One, I think that Lance has his moments, and his moments are very good. I think his moments are very good. Like the cowboy hat football throwing video, top tier. Everyone thirst content, right? Okay. I also think we have to consider under hotness. That if there's one thing, under hotness, not
what is that?
I'm saying under the blanket of hotness
category. Sorry,
for me at least, we all have to admit the fact that he has access to more money than God. Gives him at least a little bit. Any man is hotter when he charts a yacht. Okay, that makes you hotter, but you can chart a yacht. So for I give him a 7. I'm gonna give him
this young gentleman will be getting a 7 from me because I have seen a couple of pictures of Lance where I'm like, I do a double take because I'm like, that is not who I thought it was, and like the potential is there. It just he has to stop talking, like not talking, because once he opens his mouth, it's gone. So.
Okay.
So,
okay,
he looks very childish to me. And when you have a very childish looking face, I don't see you as hot. I see you as a child. So
that's right.
Shut up.
Why do you need that?
I'm just saying. So because of that, so sorry, honey, you're gonna get a 4 from me.
Oh,
okay. I don't find him hot. He looks too much like a child. Like, especially when he smiles.
It's crazy.
I don't find him hot. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. It's okay. This is your personal thoughts. All right. Up next, we have Fernando Alonso. I'm going to give Fernando Alonso a 3. Fernando Alonso does not do anything at all for me. Like, not even a little bit. However, he does have a samurai tattoo on his back that I think is really cool.
Oh, my God.
Flexes. And for that, he gets a 3.
And
he gets a 3 for the back earns him a 3.
I like Let's Fernando. He doesn't do it for me, like, in general. But, like, there are glimpses, like, when he, like, smiles and stuff, I'm like, oh, okay, there's something under there. Okay. So I think I'm going to...
That's
okay,
I'm giving him a 7. So true. I'm actually going to give him a 5. Oh.
Give them kids.
Dilf alert. He
ain't got no kids.
He ain't got no kids. He ain't got no wife. He ain't got no nothing. Not even a hill.
I find his face a bit strange.
Oh.
So he's I think you can give him a give him a 4. Okay. You can give him a 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Up next we have Esteban Ocon. Ocon does absolutely nothing for me. I'm gonna give Ocon a 5. I acknowledge that Ocon is an attractive man.
Sorry.
What?
He's like decent to look at. He's tall. He's got like a lead form to him. I think he's a little bit funny. I think he's,
objective hotness.
Well, it's how hot I find him.
Okay, sure.
I think that, the fact that he respects his parents' struggles growing up is really nice. I like that he knows his roots, and I think knowing your roots gives him a little bit of humility to him. That's sometimes nice. So I'm gonna give him a 5.
No,
I think he does about as much
more. I'm giving Esteban a 4.
Okay.
It was almost going to be a 3, but I was like,
okay.
He's attractive in some sense of the word.
Yeah, okay. Well, he's another one that looks very childish. But I can give him a 4. I can give Ocon a 4.
Sorry, I'm just checking something. Yeah, Esteban Ocon's like a year younger than you.
Well, he don't look it. He does not look it.
Did you give him a 4?
Yeah, I gave him a 4.
Okay, sorry, I was too busy looking that up because I was like, I'm pretty sure he's like a year younger than you.
Well,
all right. Next up, we have Pierre Gasly. I think Pierre's really hot. But he's hot in like a fuckboy way, which gives him lesser points in my like hotness rating. So I'm giving him a 7. He's a 7 for me.
I was gonna say he definitely looks like a fuckboy, and because of that, he gets he can get a 6.
Okay.
He can get a 6
an 8.
He's above mid.
That's real. I think you're real for that.
Actually, I just saw a picture of him. He got to 7.
Oscar gets an 8 for me. Oh. Okay. Well,
I'm not gonna show you.
What changed your mind?
It was maybe I'll send out you.
Okay.
Oscar
to me.
Yep. Oscar gets an 8 for me. I like the deadpan. I think he's cute. He has an aura about him. He's got a little bit of swagger, a little bit of banter.
You've been watching too much Love Island.
I have. I just finished watching, actually.
Just for bants.
Just for bants. So I'm going to give him an 8.
Okay. He's another solid 6 for me,
Okay.
Just above mid, not striking, but
a 4
above mid.
Okay.
I don't see it.
Oh,
I don't see it.
okay.
That's
okay.
all.
That was harsh.
Okay.
Now that was harsh.
Yes.
Didn't you rate Fernando Alonso?
And I stand by that statement because I don't understand how y'all. No offense to this man, but I don't understand how y'all view Oscar.
Okay.
To be more attractive than Fernando Alonso.
Okay. I'm just. This is why the hotness one is pure subject. Okay, we all get to feel how we want to feel.
Yeah, just
5.
Lando does about as much for me as
no, a 5.
So I'm giving him a 5.
I'm so sorry, Lando. You're getting a. I don't
That's
know.
fine.
Some of these pictures really make him a 3 for me.
That's okay. That's who you are. Nobody's judging you for that.
But
I think we're gonna give him a 3. I'm so sorry, Lando.
You're like, yeah, how they carry themselves.
Yeah, like their aura there,
He might drop down lower if I think about that too much. So we're gonna leave him at a 3. We're gonna leave him at a 3.
Okay.
We're gonna leave him at a 3.
Carlos is a 6 for me, I think.
Really?
I think Carlos.
I find him more attractive than a 6.
Carlos doesn't do anything for me personally. Like, Carlos is one of those people where it's like, do I acknowledge that literally Carlos is above a 6 by, like, all of my normal standards? Yeah, sure. But, like, it just doesn't do anything for me. But also, he is hot enough to break through my 5 does nothing for me. So, he's a 6.
Okay. I'm also giving him an 8.
Okay.
You get it divided.
This is cute.
That's valid. Charles, it's a 10 for me. Oh, thank you. Thank you for catching my math error. Charles is a 10 for me, personally.
Okay.
I will give Charles a 10 as well. I think objectively, not objectively, by my own stance, he's cute.
He's a prince. He's a prince.
Mm-hmm. He's not quite a 10 for me. I'm so sorry, but he can be a 9. He can definitely be a 9 because he is very cute. He is very cute, but
that's okay. I think
not quite a 10 for me.
That's okay. That's okay.
Maybe I'll change my mind if I look at other.
You might change your mind if you picture yourself laying on a Rivieran yacht with Charles Leclerc holding the dog.
I mean, obviously that would be a 10. What are you talking about? What? This rating does not come with the boat.
No, the rating does not come with the yacht or the dog.
Precisely. So a 9.
Or the vacation. That's right.
The 9.
George Russell. I think George Russell does about as much as Carlos Sainz for me. So I'm going to give George a 6. I do like how like aristocrat looking he is. Not because I like that aesthetic literally, but because I think that he wears like old school aristocracy very well.
He embodies it.
That picture where it's like they look like they hunt people for sport.
Oh
like,
my god!
I'm giving George 7. I kind of follow on a similar path as you.
I'm giving him a 6.
Like,
okay.
Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes he just wakes up and wears things. And I'm like, why? But then there's certain things like we get like there's certain. I think it was in Monaco. I saw him. It was like this really nice picture. He had the glasses. He was like it had like a little orange hue to it. It just made him look. I was like, oh okay, not cute, but not bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty.
He's a 7 for me.
Okay.
Because he's not as attractive as Charles.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Okay. All right. Next up we have Lewis Hamilton.
Yes.
10s across the board.
That is daddy. Okay.
Okay.
6.
We all know why. Sergio.
I'm giving Sergio a 6.
I will also give him a 6.
Hold on, let me look at Sergio.
I think he serves a little bit more post race than he does in like day to day, so I'll give him a 6 for that.
He a 5. Yeah. He's solidly in the middle.
Okay, and you said a 6, Bex? Okay. All right, and last but certainly not least, we already know how this one's going to go. So obviously we're going to discuss, but we don't need any excessive commentary.
Listen, okay, I'm so sorry that you people have been brainwashed into thinking Max Verstappen is handsome, because he's not. He's not, and so.
Oh my.
Me personally, when I see Max, I'm not gonna lie, I've actually stared at Max before, and I've just been like, I don't see it. Why? What are they seeing that I'm not seeing? Because what I see is like acne, a beard that doesn't connect, like.
Oh my god!
So Max Verstappen, no offense, is
the
least attractive guy on the grid, and so I am going to be kind, and I'm going to give him a 3. But I really. It could have been lower. So,
oh my god!
I'm sorry to any of you out there who love this man.
Anyway,
Kelly, I know it's your man, and I know you ride for him. So you might be the only one. Well, no, she's not the only one. Obviously, there are diehards out there, but
she's not the only one. Obviously, I am here on this podcast.
Okay, well,
I am here to set the record right.
Okay.
Because I will personally.
You must be smoking
giving Max
rap.
Of
course you are.
Now,
because there's no way on God's green earth that you can find Charles Leclerc, and Lewis Hamilton in the same category as Max Verstappen.
Now, here's what.
I'm going to call your mom to come and check on you today.
I will keep myself brief in the interest of the fact that one. No, that's okay. I will keep myself brief for a couple reasons. One, I don't know who listens to this pod. And 2, I do know who listens to this pod in some regards. So I will keep myself brief in my things. apologies to all who may not want to hear why I think Max Verstappen is hot. Tune out for the next 60 seconds. Just skip ahead until you hear us say something about entertainment value. But I personally, I find Max's face card better than Bex finds Max's face card. I think that Bex has not seen Max when he's serving a face. Okay? Max serving a face. I think, no, right, Bex, okay. You had your time.
I'll be on mute.
You had your time. I think, thank you. Put yourself on mute. I think that Max serves a jaw and a little bit of face when he's serving jaw and face. I'm not sitting here saying he has a chiseled jaw like Lewis and Charles. That's what I'm saying. But I think that he serves looks when he serves looks. 2, I love a good post-race Max. I think Max does a really big jump in, like, stareability when you get that little bit of post-race sweat on you. I also think that Max is funny. He has aura. He's a little bit sarcastic. He's a little bit of an asshole. I like that. He's got banter. And my last point will be that I think my fellow hosts should Google Max Verstappen thighs and then come back to me with their updated
Not
feelings.
His thighs.
And
why
so
his
that,
thighs?
For that, I've stated my case. I will not be elaborating further. Thank you very much.
Babe, these are the thighs you want me to be
looking at the right
taken aback by?
I think that you aren't looking at the content that I get. You guys aren't looking at the content I get on
I just need you to send it to me.
I'm so sorry.
Somebody talking about his thick thighs save lives, and I'm not
complete hotness make.
That's okay. That is so okay. I'm not asking for people to agree with me.
I know what she's
I'm simply stating
I see the picture.
Because that's what this podcast is about.
Yeah, that's right. It's her feelings, so Felicia, go.
It's about my feelings.
Okay.
Are you smoking crack too?
All right. So, we're going to give... Shut up.
How about you leave Felicia alone?
Actually, okay, I will say, as of late, I've been getting, like, videos of him, so seeing his personality, which I enjoy. So, that has risen him up. But I've also seen some photos where I'm like, So he can get a 6 from me.
Okay. I accept that. I accept that. I love informed.
You gave him a 10.
In score making.
Okay.
It was informed. It was informed by how I feel.
Okay. Listen, this is what she finds attractive. It ain't got to make sense to nobody but her.
Sorry. Okay.
Well, how about you get out of my face, Bex? That's okay. It's okay. That's okay. Alrighty. Up next, we have entertainment value. This is just like, this is how much they entertain you. They could entertain you because they're a chaos demon. They could entertain you because they have a great Instagram presence. They could entertain you for any amount of reasons. You don't need to be objective on this one. It's just how entertaining you find them. Okay. I do not personally find Logan Sargent entertaining at all. He has never entertained me in anything, ever. And not as a dig.
Logan's the one for me.
So I don't really know how to...
Are we allowed to give zeros?
Oh, we are not allowed to give zeros. It's 1.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So he won.
I don't just...
And Betsy said he was a 1.
No entertainment value whatsoever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's valid. All right. Up next, we have Alex Albon. I personally find him very entertaining with, like, the Albon Pets Instagram, his relationship with Lily, the dyeing the hair thing. I think he's a little bit funny.
I'm going to follow mine and give him 7.
I do find
Alex is one that I've actually seen quite a lot of for, like, outside of races. So... Mm-hmm. I do enjoy his personality. He seems quite funny and cheeky, so I like me a little bit of Alex Albon. I'm gonna give him a 7 as well.
Okay.
I haven't seen too much of him, but what I've seen I have enjoyed. He seems like he has a good personality. So he can get a good 6 from me.
Okay, nice. We love to see
your
it.
research.
Sorry, viewers. I was busy doing research.
What are you researching?
Next up, we have Nico Hulkenberg.
Hulkenberg.
In my personal opinion, the only time I've ever been entertained by him was that "Suck My Balls, Mate" moment with Kevin. And once in 10 years is not enough for me personally.
Wow.
I'm gonna give him
I think that he gets
a 1. Like, no.
Okay.
Okay.
It is also a 1 for me with Nico.
That's real. Kevin Magnussen has never entertained me, except his beautiful, so sweet daughter. But that's not him entertaining me. He doesn't do anything with his daughter that entertains me. She is just so cute. So for that, he also
Kevin has been kind of interesting and giving me a little bit of entertainment this season.
Oh my god, I forgot that he's a chaos demon on the track. Oh no, he gets a 4.
It's pretty interesting. At least this season.
Okay.
That's it. Just gonna say this season.
He is also... Oh, sorry. Go ahead. He's also a 4 for me because of his on-the-track performance. I just find it kind of hilarious how much of a menace he is. But then off the track, nothing remarkable. So he's a 4.
All right, Zhou Guanyu. I am mildly entertained by Zhou Guanyu's outfits, but outfits aren't enough to feed a girl.
I am giving Zhou Guanyu a... To be honest, like, I really like his outfits. I really love just how he carries himself. But other than that, he doesn't really bring much else to the grid. So I'm going to give him a solid 2. Yeah.
Okay. And you, Philly?
I enjoy his fashion and all that good stuff. He doesn't give me too much, so he's gonna get a 3 from me. Yeah.
Next up, we have Valtteri Bottas. I mean, he has the ass calendar, so I find that a little bit entertaining. But not
kind of
that entertaining.
Like, again, he's a cool driver. Like, I like seeing clips of him, but like as like the complete picture, I think I'm gonna give him like a 6.
Okay. I think I'm going to give him a 5. I think he is perfectly entertaining, but he is not wowing me at all. You know.
I think he's like your run-of-the-mill quirky Finnish man. I think, like, I find his obsession with biking to be kind of hilarious. So he's going to get a 5 from me. He's going to get a 5.
Nice. Okay. I'll take that. Hi, Daniel Ricciardo. I don't find Daniel Ricciardo entertaining at all. I don't like jokey men, so that's probably why. It's never been like I like humorous men. I don't like jokey. I don't like in your face.
That's what he gives me. Like just the goofy. Yuck.
Yeah, he's goofy. He's not funny. I don't like goofy. I like funny men. So, his particular
goofy
brand of goofy
works
I think
because
goofy
like, I find like Lando goofy.
His particular brand of goofy.
But I
does not do it.
I find Lando a skosh more endearing than Daniel. And
yeah, exactly. When Lando's not being
Daniel,
objective,
like
dick,
maybe like
so like
a 4.
Okay.
Wait, who?
I'm going to see. I would give Daniel a 4, and then I remember that video of him rapping the N-word, and the level of entertainment that he gives me plummets.
A while
to
ago.
a 1.
Yeah. When was that?
I think that was like 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
That's too soon.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with 4. I think that's the number.
Yeah. No, it's valid. It's valid. Daniel just does like less than nothing for me.
That little tidbit took a point. He's a 3.
Yeah, boy.
Sorry, Danny. All right. Yuki
I
Tsunoda.
love Yuki.
I love Yuki. I think he is funny. I think he gives us fun little radios.
Mm-hmm.
Yuki,
I'm gonna say Yuki's a 6 for me. Yuki entertains me.
I'm gonna give him a 7. I also find him very entertaining.
I'm giving
and he's
Yuki
just
a 7
absolutely
as well.
adorable too.
Yes, that's true. All right, nice. Lance Stroll. I don't find Lance Stroll particularly entertaining all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that he has his moments where he's just like very bitchy in interviews,
Mm-hmm.
or like shoves his trainer, or just does like some. Yeah, he like shoved his trainer.
Jesus,
and like
that's
he
just
does
rudeness.
Well, yes, but sometimes he provides entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna give him a 3.
Okay.
I think that he provides me a little bit of entertainment every year.
Okay. Does laughing at someone count as
they're
entertaining? Okay. Because that man's voice makes me laugh every time he talks. I don't know what it is about his voice, but I cackle.
Get off pod.
I will say, I also do like how he's a bit of a jackass in some interviews, but it's the voice. The voice kills me every time that man opens his mouth. So because of all of that, he gonna get a 5 from me for entertainment value.
For me, Lance I find no entertainment from Lance.
And from you, Beth.
Besides, maybe like when he's being like an idiot, I don't really find that to be entertaining. So I'm giving him a 2.
Okay.
Damn.
Got harsh raters up in here. Fernando Alonso. I find Fernando very entertaining. His TikToks are great. I think he's very funny. He has some of the funniest quotes in F1. And some of like the most unintentionally funny quotes. Where like he was not trying to be funny, but I find them funny. Like I think that he once said that like the media, or maybe it was the stewards, were discriminating against him like in an interaction with Lewis because he's Spanish. And because they hate Spanish people. And the deadpan look I gave the quote on my phone
yeah,
screen.
they like Spanish.
It was so entertaining.
Okay, exactly.
For me, Fernando is
I
going...
find Fernando
so
funny and so entertaining.
Oh my god.
And for that, I can give him... I think he's one of the more entertaining drivers.
I'm going to give him a solid 7. I think that's 7 for me.
Okay. Fernando. I mean, I really do enjoy how much of an asshole he actually is. He can get a 7.
Okay.
He can get a 7.
All right. Esteban Ocon. I've personally only ever been entertained by Esteban Ocon once, and that is when he tried to sell us the lie that was that him and Pierre had a massive fallout over a random karting incident almost a decade ago. That watching him try to sell me that lie, like Pierre Gasly probably did not fuck one of his girlfriends, was extremely entertaining.
Oh my god!
Just the fact that he expected me to believe it was entertaining.
Okay.
And for that, I give him a 3 for trying to sell me.
I don't find Esteban Ocon entertaining, except I think I found him entertaining the past couple of races. So when he's been like just being ridiculous, maybe I'll give him a 4 because I found his ridiculousness sometimes entertaining. Yeah, so I'll give him a 4. I talked myself into that.
Okay. And you, Philly?
So honestly, the most entertaining thing he's done for me thus far is running into Pierre. So he can get a 2.
Okay. We love that for him. All right, on to Pierre Gasly. I personally find Pierre Gasly high mid entertaining. I love when he's angry in French. I love that he's like a little gossip. I think him and Yuki are really cute friends. I think that he entertains a little bit. I do think he would entertain me more if he dressed better. But that's just me. And I also do love Pierre is one of the few drivers who always gives Lewis his reps and his what's it called? So I get a lot of good quotes from Pierre to like use at other times. So I will say Pierre has entertained me greatly, and I will be giving him a 7.
Okay. So I think he's a funny little French man. I enjoy when he's pissed over the radio. Because he usually just says some reckless nonsense. Wait a minute. Okay, wait. We may have to go back to something in a little bit. But so Pierre, he gives me a good chuckle here and there. So I can give Pierre a good 6. Okay. He's above mid. He's definitely above mid.
Pierre's gonna get like a 6 from me.
Gasly.
Yeah. Because he's somewhat entertaining.
Any particular reason why?
I remember when he and Yuki used to do those videos. I used to find them really entertaining. Yeah, so like I don't find him. He hasn't given me much entertainment this year. But overall, me watching F1, I can say he has brought me some entertainment. So, yeah, I do enjoy watching him off of the track.
You're amazing. All right, Oscar Piastri. He has a really funny Twitter. He tweets really funny. His tweets with his mom are very funny. His tweets with other drivers are very funny. I find a lot of use and funniness out of that reaction that he gave when that jetpacker crashed at some race last year.
What the hell?
A jetpacker crashed into the ground. And Oscar was watching the screen where he crashed pretty impassively, just with a deadpan face. And then so the camera moved to him because I think he was one of the only drivers who was sitting around not doing anything during that. And then he realized that he was on camera, so he turned to the camera and gave it a grimace. And it's really funny. So I find him so entertaining. I think his Twitter is great. So I'm going to give him an 8.
Oh, okay. That's good entertainment.
He's very funny on Twitter. Also, we cannot forget the whole, I understand that without my consent, Alpine Racing has he provided so much entertainment last season.
Oscar's going to get a 5 from me. I don't. I think also I don't follow Oscar, and so besides his after the race interviews and just kind of a couple things I see through Lando, I don't really see that much of Oscar, so he doesn't really bring me much. But I have seen a couple of entertaining things from him, so got to give him something.
I don't really get entertainment from Oscar, but I don't follow him on Twitter. His stuff doesn't really come up on my feed. So, sorry, Oscar, you're going to have to get a 3. Because what I have seen, some of it has given me a little chuckle, but it's nothing. It's not a hearty guffaw.
Wow.
Sorry, Oscar. I do enjoy him, but, just not entertainment-wise.
All right. Now we're on to Lando. I do not personally find Lando entertaining at all. We don't have the same humor style. I think he's an asshole, but not in a way where he agrees that he's an asshole, which makes it way less fun.
Okay.
And I think the only entertainment Lando has really brought me is bringing me and my Gorleys on Twitter together to roast him every time that he does anything. I will say that Instagram story post he made where he said that getting driver of the day was just as good as winning did give me a little chuckle with all the spelling typos that were in it.
I do find Lando
and for that,
I don't always
okay
or agree with him with stuff. He's kind of he's really childish and immature, but I think across the grid he does give me more entertainment than most. So I'm gonna give him a 6.
Okay.
Lando doesn't really do it for me. And he got buddy with Trump. I know that was like Zach Brown invited him, but he can catch it too.
Okay. Rip Lando. All right, Carlos. I don't find Carlos entertaining. Once again, I'm not on the side of the internet that gets Carlos content. Just because that's not how my people roll. So maybe Carlos is out there putting out entertaining content. I've never seen it a day in my life. I don't find the man I don't think he's particularly funny. He doesn't put out like outfit content. Like I don't really get it. I've never seen content from him that wasn't like the basic Instagram posts that you have to post because you're a public. So Carlos gets a 1 from me. I don't find him. I'm trying to really think of something that he's done that has entertained me. Actually, sorry, I will give him a 2.
Why?
Because he, and this is not my community, so I will not say more than what the people in the community have said the Discord. But he, one time in Drive to Survive, said that he was bringing that Latino fire to push himself forward. And I quote that to my roommate on at least
not the Latino fire.
At least a bi-weekly basis, because she is Latina and finds it very funny that a Spaniard would call himself Latino, considering that the Spaniards are the ones that like colonized the Latino. So I quote that to my roommate, shout out Gabby, at least bi-weekly.
Okay.
Yes,
Latino
the
fire.
Latino fire. He has done that for me, and that is now in my repertoire of quotes. So I will give him a 2 just for that quote.
Okay. So I saw a clip of Carlos where all the drivers were going around saying what car they drive, right? And then they get to Carlos, and I'm talking, they're like Mercedes, da-da-da-da-da-da, and Ferrari such and such, and this, that. And then they get to him, and he just goes, I drive a Golf.
A what?
A Golf. Like those little tiny Nissan Golfs. And I don't know why, but that clip made me absolutely cackle for whatever reason. Every time it comes up on my feed, like I cackle. But also just random clips of him. He's funny, but in like a he doesn't know he's being funny type of way.
Actually, sorry, I will go back and give him a 3 because there is a clip that I think makes Charles Leclerc endearing to me, but makes Carlos Sainz funny, where they were signing a whole bunch of merch, and Carlos tried to be like, man, when people say that F1 drivers have an easy life, they don't know that we have to like sign things all day. And Charles cuts him off and goes, we have an easy life. So he is one half of that iconic clip. So for that, I will give him a 3.
Yeah.
No,
you give your ranking.
But that kind of leads into... Oh, go ahead. I was going to say his relationship with Charles also kind of makes me laugh a little bit when they have clips together.
Y'all are being harsh.
So
I'm going
because
to give
of
him
that,
a nice
you can catch a 4
6.
from me.
I think he does provide me some entertainment, even though y'all may not like him.
Okay. That's valid. That's valid. Next up is Charles. I think Charles, for me, I find him insanely entertaining. Because also Charles does a good job of hitting me across all entertainment streams that an F1 driver can hit me across.
Okay.
Charles gives me funny radios.
Got you.
Charles gives me thirst content.
Yes.
Charles gives me cute content.
Yes.
Gives me girlfriend content.
Yes.
Charles gives me friend content. He gives me brand content. Like, he has his own brands. He has his own music. Like, he has, like, funny interactions on Twitter. I am never hurting for Charles content.
Okay.
Every day, I can find new Charles content. And also, how bad he is at parking that goddamn Ferrari.
Okay.
Is very funny.
Okay.
He entertains me across all streams, and I think he has the most diversified entertainment portfolio.
Oh my god.
And also, he got signed by that like big LA modeling agency, so we might see Charles serving. Or not a model, it's like an entertainment agency. So Charles is going to be serving soon. And I can't wait.
So when it comes to Charles, I'm not in the depth of the Charles Leclerc fan club, and so I don't get that much Charles Leclerc content. And the content that I do get, I'm like, oh, Charles. Okay, next. Like, I don't find him that entertaining. So I'm going to give him a nice and respectable 7.
Yeah. I will say, yes, there is a lot of Charles Leclerc content out there, and I do enjoy it. That dog is adorable. His girlfriend is beautiful. He is quite adorable as well as being attractive, yes. So Shaw can get a good Shaw can get a 9 from me.
Okay.
Shaw can get a 9 from me.
Nice. All right. Now here's where we get a little bit confusing for I think anybody who has heard me talk on this podcast. Anybody who's heard me talk on this podcast knows that I have almost no love in my heart for George Russell.
Yes.
Quite frankly, if he got sacked today and wasn't on the grid anymore, I wouldn't really shed a tear. Except for the fact that George Russell has some of the most entertaining radios on this entire grid. I swear that man thinks about the fact that he's being recorded and broadcasted, and then he comes up with some random thing to say. I have tweets saved of like the things George Russell has said during races that are just absolutely ridiculous. So I find him very entertaining in that regard. I also like. I think that there is a certain amount of like affluent entertainment value that comes from rich people being okay with being rich, and not in an annoying way, but just in like a yes, I'm posh way. And I think that George entertains me in that fashion, where like, for example, George isn't plating everything in gold, but he is posting a cute little yacht selfie with his girlfriend being like, oh my god, look at these matching watches I got us. And then you zoom in and it's matching Tiffany blue Rolexes. Okay, George. So he does entertain me in that way as well. In terms of like, I'm like an affluence influencer. I think it's fun. And so I give George a 9. I find him very entertaining. I just don't like him. But I think he's very entertaining.
I do enjoy his radios. I think those are actually really funny. I do enjoy some clips of him just because he really does have that like he just walks around like he's made of money, and I don't know why I find that very entertaining.
Yeah.
He can get an 8.
So for George Russell, I do find him somewhat entertaining. I think I actually find entertaining, I guess, in a way like someone can be negatively entertaining. I do find him more entertaining than Charles Leclerc, so I'm going to give him a 8.
All right. Up next, we have Lewis Hamilton. I do find Lewis endlessly entertaining. Once again, I think that he fits into the Charles sphere, where it's like you are both like thirst content, and you're very funny, and you have brands, and you have music, and you're entertaining on the track, and like you give us sassy little clips. You give us this, you give us that. Lewis loses 1 point.
Oh God, why?
1 point for me.
How is he not a perfect 10?
No. Because he's not a perfect 10 for me. Because I really miss Snapchat era, Twitter era Lewis.
Well, the man had to grow up. Jesus.
But
he had to grow. Do you really want this man to be damn near 40 on Snapchat?
You shouldn't.
Yeah. Okay.
You should give him the extra point. Because he has provided so much, and so many different
years.
levels of entertainment. Like we have had, like wild Lewis, and we've also had James Lewis. We've had Lewis in a relationship. Lewis heartbroken.
Yes, so
have y'all seen that video of him singing that daggone song?
Yes.
Wow. And I was like, I have never seen a man this
somebody find it and send it to me, please.
I have never seen a man down bad publicly.
Please, somebody find it and send it to me, please.
Was this after he broke up with Nicole?
I think.
They
were like,
Lewis
probably,
was
if you gave
on the
Lewis
ground.
the choice of like getting back together with Nicole, because they got together. God. They were on and off for a while. And I think was it 2012 when he won?
Okay.
I forget, maybe not when he won. I forgot. It was around there. And someone was like, if Lewis had the choice of getting back together with Nicole or winning a championship, he probably would have chosen getting back together with Nicole. Lewis was down bad.
God damn.
Yeah.
She iconic waggery. She was iconic. Oh my god, I'll bring her back.
I need someone to find that video and send it to me because I need to see it.
Send it in the group chat, Bex, because that's
I need
great.
to see this.
I will say I forgot about 2 Lewis moments that give him back that point, because those 2 moments could carry a 10 score in and of themselves.
Oh god.
One is in the latest Drive to Survive when Lewis basically goes like, "And I want to reclaim my 8th." Pauses and then serves like completely intentionally. Not like Lewis obviously always looks good, but he was just like casually talking like, "And I want to reclaim my 8th." Are you kidding me? I literally fell out. I fell off my couch.
Oh my god.
So I think that would carry a 10 by itself. However, the additional thing is that I forgot about the Brosades of it all. I find the way that Lewis has handled like his relationship with Nico Hulkenberg, with Nico Rosberg in the press to be mind-numbingly entertaining. I'm sorry. You are at the end of the 2021 season with your like most contested championship since Nico retired. And you're being asked like, "Oh, how are things different from 2016? You know, the last time you had a big challenge." And you're like, "Yeah, da-da-da-da." And they're like, "Oh, do you think you're a better driver?" "Yes." "And teammate." Bro, get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Lewis, that was so dramatic for no reason. You just said that. You knew that poor man was commentating for Sky Sports that week, and you decided to do that to him on camera?
Sure did.
On camera?
He sure did.
I forgot that my king is a drama king.
Yeah, Lewis is getting a 10 for me. Like the content from Lewis and the entertainment that it's endless.
Same.
Like, you can there's still things I don't know and I haven't seen from Lewis like that go all the way back to when he first got into F1. Like
exactly. There is deep lore that I am begging experts on Twitter to tell me that I have still not learned, and I cannot wait. I have at least weekly conversations with the experts begging them to tell me the deep lore.
Ever since I started looking into F1, Lewis's content is what I receive the most of.
Well, I mean,
and
second to Fernando, but yeah, like he just has
a long time,
ample content to provide us with.
And he's funny. Like he looks good. Like it's well rounded. It's well rounded.
All right, next one we have Sergio Perez. I don't find him entertaining, but I do find it entertaining how every single time that he crashes, his radios are very funny. Or not crashes, whenever like he gets into like an on-track altercation with somebody, obviously all of them try to blame it on the other driver just in case the stewards do it. But Sergio has a way of saying it in situations where it probably would be better if you just stayed off the radio.
Oh, God.
Where it's like, Sergio, you just rammed to the back of them. Like, please be quiet. Like, you're not doing us any favors right now.
Hush.
And so I'm going to give him a 2 because I do find him a little bit entertaining.
Okay. Sergio gets a 1 for me. It's not. He doesn't do anything for me.
Sergio is
he really doesn't do anything for me.
That's okay.
I'm gonna have to say a 1 because like there's nothing like just going through the Rolodex. I'm like, what is like the entertainment? What entertaining thing has Sergio brought? And I actually cannot recall a single thing. So yeah.
Nothing for me.
That's fine. All right. Next up, we have Max Verstappen. I get a lot more Max content than you guys do. Obviously, I get his streaming content. I get his interview content. I think Max is a very funny little lad. I think that he is a jerk sometimes in interviews, and I think that's very funny. I think he's provided us a lot of entertainment with his jerkiness because he's kind of very mellow in interviews until you push him, and then he bites. He's got bark and bite.
If my mom had a dick, she'd be my dad. Exactly.
If my mom had a dick, she'd be my dad. Like he's very funny. And he's also very funny on the stream, which I think is absolutely hilarious. And so Max gets an 8 for me. I am constantly entertained by Max. So.
Okay. I have been receiving more Max content as of late, and he is a funny man. I will say he is funny. I do enjoy his dickishness, just in regards to F1 in general, like just his all around assholery, and of course that quote, "If my mom had a dick, she'd be my dad." Just every time I see it, it sends me. I also think he has kind of funny facial expression, like facial reactions to things.
He does.
So he can also get an 8 from me.
Max,
he provides good entertainment for me.
I'm going to give him an 8. Yeah, because I think he serves as like
aha.
No,
you have to be honest about it.
Anyway,
Girl,
no, I really
tried to
gave him an 8 was just because I think like
I'm not expecting honesty.
Well, no, she did that just to be a
even
jackass.
like in his like
yes, she did.
assholishness, he provides entertainment, and he acts like he's a foil. I think sometimes to the rest of the grid, and it's you kind of need. He's kind of like a villain, and you kind of need the villain, and so even though, anyway, you need a villain. There we go.
Okay.
Look,
All right, I'll accept that. All right, and last but certainly not least, we have Sweet Baby Angel. Now, Sweet Baby Angel is like completely like it's just who gives you a Sweet Baby Angel feeling. You know, you got to define that for yourself. It's kind of ambiguous, but it's how you feel. We start with Logan Sargent. I have to say, I am bombarded with sad edits of Logan Sargent to Lacey by Olivia Rodrigo. I have many of them saved to my phone in my F1 edits folder. Logan Sargent is a 10 out of 10 for me. And Sweet Baby Angel, that poor little baby. I feel so bad for him all the time.
Jesus.
And that like radio that he did where he was like, I'm so sorry for stopping. When
Logan
he was like dying in the car.
An 8.
Oh, honey.
So he gets a 10 for Sweet Baby Angel.
Okay.
And I'll send you guys the Lacey edits. I don't know if you've seen the Lacey edits, but it's
okay. However, I have also received some of, and I may have seen some of them, but I have seen some of those edits of him looking very, very sad, and I'm just like, oh my god, somebody give that child a hug. So he can get an 8 from me. He can get an 8 from me.
And then his little letter to his parents being like, thank you for all you've done for me. You've done so much to sacrifice. And his like cis siblings who like had to also obviously sacrifice for him to be able to live his life.
Okay, girl. Next.
Up next we have Alex Adabon. Alex serves a little bit of Sweet Baby Angel for me, but more so like adorableness than like sad. You know, I'd say Alex serves 6 on a Sweet Baby Angel.
Okay,
he serves a 6. Being tall doesn't help you in your Sweet Baby Angel pursuit.
Alex can get
a solid 5. He's square in the middle for me.
Okay,
he can get a 5.
Bex.
I don't really view him as like a Sweet Baby Angel, but he's all right.
Okay.
1.
Okay. I do not feel any Sweet Baby Angel feelings towards Nico Hulkenberg.
No, that's a 1.
1s across the board?
Yeah.
Alright. I also feel no Sweet Baby Angel feelings towards Kevin Max.
Okay.
Get those ones out of the way. Next up we have Zhou Guan Yu. I think he's a little bit Sweet Baby Angel.
He does have a little Sweet Baby Angel.
Not like in a sad way once again, but just like a little bit Sweet Baby Angel.
I'm giving
I can like a 4 on Sweet Baby
Guan Yu a 5.
I can give him. I'll also give him a 4 because he's not quite mid. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All solid.
Valtteri Bottas. I only feel Sweet Baby Angel feelings towards him in reference to how harrowing his time at Mercedes was for his mental health.
It was that bad?
Oh, Felicia, was bad. Well, I'll drop you the articles. It was bad.
Okay. Oh, poor sweetie.
I know,
6
right?
for
so
me.
I'm gonna give him a 4. I think he gives me Sweet Baby Angels.
Beating heart for Valtteri.
Okay.
6.
I just like his little Finnish personality, so he's gonna be middle of the road 5.
Alrighty. Next up, we have Sweet Baby Angel, maybe Danny Ricciardo. I don't feel any Sweet Baby Angel feelings towards him. Not even because I dislike him, just like I don't feel that way.
I'm giving him a 1.
I will give him a 2 though, because I do think McLaren dogged him out. So, like he was doing bad, but they kind of dogged him for no reason.
Damn. Okay. I think his dopey face makes me be like, oh, you're kind of like a
Yuki!
So I give him a 3.
He gets a 10.
All things balance. Is that how math works?
Because he does have like a dopey little face.
Yuki.
Yes, a 10.
I think Yuki is
our 10s across the board.
Is our Sweet Baby Angel supreme.
Yes,
we love that about him. Lance does not.
Lance is a 1.
Any Sweet Baby Angel feelings. Not in a bad way, just.
Lance is a 1 for me.
Absolutely none.
Sweet Baby Angel feelings towards him. Yeah. But not in a bad way.
No.
Fernando, there is no Sweet Baby Angel to Fernando. That man is a menace, and that is the best thing about him. Esteban, I mean, his upbringing, he had to struggle.
I'm still going to a 1.
I'll give him a 2
He's just not getting Sweet Baby Angel for me.
The impoverished upbringing.
Okay, not
I'll
impoverished. Neither I.
Oh, wow.
He gets a 1 as well from here.
Okay. Esteban's not looking good for you, buddy. Pierre does not give me any Sweet Baby Angel feelings, except for when they almost killed him at the Suzuka Grand Prix. He was very Sweet Baby Angel then, and so I will give him... I'll give him a 3, because he almost died. So.
Oh my god. Pierre can get a 2 from me.
Okay. Next up, we have Oscar Piastri. Oscar Piastri's not Sweet Baby Angel to me. He's like a little black cat to me.
But I think that kind of counts in the Sweet Baby Angel category.
All cats are Sweet Baby Angels. And so he gets a solid 5 for me. On Sweet Baby Angelness. I like cats. And he's like a cat. So.
He can get a 6 from me. I just like... I don't know. I find something very adorable
Oscar
about like
giving me
quiet, shy people. It's just like,
I don't get it.
Just want to give you a hug.
I don't get the warm fuzzy for Oscar, and I think Oscar doesn't want those warm feelings on him either. So he. Yeah.
He definitely doesn't, but I still
feel that. What'd you say, Philly, for your answer?
I think I gave him a 5 or a 6.
I'm giving Lando a 3.
All right.
There's something about Lando.
I have no warm fuzzies towards Lando.
Something. It's not much, but it's just there, and it catches me every once in a while randomly.
Really?
You know, I remember when he won, I was like, "Oh,
Lando." Okay.
Okay, that's all. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Sorry. I take that back.
Carlos does not give me warm fuzzies.
6 for Carlos.
Mm-mm.
Right now, I think
1.
it's more so right now. Just like his whole situation of trying to find, a T.
Oh, a 6. That's so.
And it's just like everyone just keeps kicking him around. He's sad, and it's kind of really, really. It's just kind of sad. And
if he was trying harder, he would have already made it.
Okay, for him, it's in there somewhere.
Carlos can get a 4 from me. He has his moments where I'm like, well, yeah. Also, right now, where I'm just like, aw. So yeah, he can get a 4. 4. He can get a 4 from me.
All right, Charles is a sweet baby angel to me.
He is a sweet baby angel.
I would say, like, based on his like background, everything he has to go through with his dad,
he is
his family,
getting
all of that. Also, just how sweet baby angel he is
a 9
as like a person. I say he's an 8 on the sweet baby.
I think he has a few sweet baby angel qualities.
Okay.
I personally find Charles to be the most. Well, no. I'm sorry, not the most. Sorry, behind Yuki, I find him to be the most adorable, like sweet baby angel one. You know, the dog, him winning in Monaco, all that good stuff. His also his dad, but his godfather. He's gonna get a little 10 from me.
Oh, okay.
I find him very sweet baby angel.
That's very cute. George does not give me any sweet baby angel feelings.
No. Okay, go ahead. He gives you what? He only gets these points because, like when I was watching him in Drive to Survive during his time at Williams, I kind of got a little warm towards him, so he can get a 3.
Okay,
he got a couple points.
Lewis. Hey. I love Lewis.
10.
Lewis does not give me sweet baby angel. That's not why I like Lewis. I would say that Lewis only gives me sweet baby angel when he's having his like pensive moments, and that's what I really. And I would say that Lewis has the sweet baby angel pensive moments I like 60% of the time.
Oh,
he's not pensive the way that I find
you give him a 10
that often.
Got you.
Okay, I'm giving him an 8.
But then I will add one.
Yeah,
for how
I don't like Lewis for like I can't compare Lewis and Yuki. They're not the same to me.
Yeah. His sweet baby angel qualities. Yeah, they're not. Yeah.
I find them sweet baby angel in different ways. I will say that Yuki and they're not sweet baby angel in the same kind of way. I find his pensive moments, but I also just like have you seen him with kids? I find it so sweet, and then like obviously him with Roscoe. But yeah, no, he gets a 10 from me. I find him to be very sweet.
A 1 for me.
All right, next we have Sergio Perez. I don't have any sweet baby angel feelings towards Sergio.
Max gets a 1.
Okay.
What about
next up? We have Max Verstappen.
We're not going to do. We've done this. Every single category.
Angel to me.
About him.
Damn.
Are you for real, Max?
Damn.
What about? I don't like the man, so why would I find him to be a sweet baby?
No, I want you to. No. I want you to actually be for real.
What happened with that? So because
okay.
I caught myself
of all the stuff, with
but
his
like
dad,
just because he has like a crazy nutcase for a father,
what happened with his dad?
Come on, no.
Yes.
What went on with his dad? I don't know anything about his dad.
I'm not here to make allegations on this podcast, but Jos Verstappen does not have a very
but
charitable, kind, loving history towards his son.
Yeah, the kitty.
That's what I will say.
That's
all the stuff with his dad. He's so sweet with Penelope, Kelly's daughter. He's so sweet with cats.
He quiet, Bex.
He's so sweet with his cats. He really cares about young driver development. He's been like, okay, that's okay. I'm going to give your thing. I'm just giving my extra reasons. And like, he's been one of the more vocal drivers about the fact that they need to actually do something to help women get into F1, not create a like placeholder series as if that helps them. Which I think he's Sweet Baby Angel for.
Okay, so what do you give him?
I give him a 10.
Okay. Listen, this is her prerogative. I do find some Sweet Baby Angel qualities in Max. Sorry, Bex. I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to leave you with your 2 here. Excuse me, I had a hiccup. But yeah, no, he has some very Sweet Baby Angel moments, especially like when he's joking around with his not with his teammates, but like with the other drivers. I've seen videos of him and Penelope. I've seen videos of him with his cats. So he can get a 7 from me.
Okay.
He can get a 7 on the Sweet Baby Angel scale.
That's acceptable.
But
Alrighty.
My top baby angels are Yuki and Charles.
Yes. With that, we have reached the end of our ranking. We are I'm going to give you the top 3 in each category, and then we will go through our rankings.
Okay.
All right. So, in driving skill, we have Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton tied for first with 10 points.
Yep.
And we have Charles Leclerc coming in at third with 9.67 points. For hotness, we have Lewis at number 1 with 10. We have Charles at number 2 with 9.67. And we have Logan Sargent and Carlos Sainz tied for third with a 7.33.
Really? Okay.
Yes. Girl, that's what I said when I was reading it off my head. For entertainment value, we have Lewis at a 10. We have Charles coming in with an 8.67. And then we have George coming in with his 8.33. And then on Sweet Baby Angelness, we have Yuki coming out on top with a 10.
Absolutely.
Charles coming in second with a 9.33. And Logan Sargent coming in third with an 8.67. Now, drum roll, please, as we sort through this thing. If I can find the sorting.
No, I can't do that.
Sort. Please find sort. Please. I'm just a girl. Okay. Sort the range. This is why I fucking hate this thing. Okay. Thank you. Sort by overall score. From A to Z, I guess. Okay, sure, this works. All right. In top with 38 out of 40 points.
Where he needs to be.
Lewis Hamilton.
Hey.
In second with 37 out of 40 points. Charles Leclerc. And in third with 30 out of 40 points. Max Verstappen. In last, to nobody's surprise, Esteban Ocon. With only 13 points. Sorry, Esty. You are not our bestie.
He's where he needs to be.
We aren't part of the SD Bestie cohort, which is sad. Sorry,
that
SD. Sorry, SD Bestie.
You are where you need to be, young man.
You definitely know. Alrighty. With all of that said, baddies, thank you for ranking everybody with me. I do have a closing question. I know we got.
I haven't seen it for today. No,
here's what I'm going to ask you. Bex, have you seen the first look for Love Island USA today? Okay. In the first look, one of the contestants pisses off his girl so bad that he is crying, tearing off his wife beater, sobbing, laid out on the ground, jumps into the pool, and fucking hides under the lip of the pool.
Stop.
I want to ask you.
Tell me you're joking.
I will show you this video after we stop recording.
You already know the answer.
I would like to ask you,
it's 100%.
Which F1 driver do you think would react in this fashion
I'm
after an
actually
argument with their partner?
I actually think Lewis would go and run out in traffic. I would be like, I'm going to hurt myself if you don't take me back. I'm going to hurt myself. That's what Lewis gives me, like total lover boy. And he gives me like borderline on the edge when it like
You are evil.
Stop.
And you know.
I do have to agree. I think that Lewis would indeed be crying, screaming, throwing up, especially if it's a Nicole
sliding down the wall.
Yeah, I like Lewis. Like once again, Lewis went like the thing is like when Lewis wants to be dramatic, he's dramatic. Lewis did not say Max's name on camera unless absolutely necessary for like 2-3 years. He didn't say Nico's name on camera for like 5 fucking years. That man is very dramatic. That man is very dramatic, and I love that about him, but he is so dramatic.
Oh my god, I can't. Okay. Anyway. Hunt. No, based on what we've talked about today, I'm definitely going to have to say Lewis because Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You're out here singing and wailing because this woman left you. Yeah. Who broke up with who? She broke up with him?
We don't know.
So I think that it was sort of like a mutual thing. Like, it was just like they...
Oh, Beck's
traveling. Yeah, there was too long distance. It was too much like long distance and traveling and things like that. At least that's what I've heard. I don't know how that's actually.
It wasn't working out.
That's valid. So the T says. Okay. All right. And with that, thank you for asking the question, baddies.
Of course.
Next week, this upcoming Sunday, we have the race in Spain. Super fun, super funky. España, we will be watching. It is Carlos and Fernando's home race, so we'll see if they do anything fun and funky with that. As always, listeners, thank you for listening, especially on a 2-hour podcast. Please rate, review, subscribe. Send this to the person who you think would cry, throw up, and scream if you dumped them. And come back next week to hear about the race in Spain.
España.
All right. Bye, baddies.
Bye-bye.